Good morning. This is Bob Rapp, and I'm reaching out, just doing an end-of-week report. And I wanted to share with you for the Bluetown project the good news that we have a step-by-step install script that we're beginning to test that is for both Bluetown and Ikitabu. So the script I'm going through this morning relates to the Bluetown Ikitabu joint project, and then we're going to integrate into that the bits from Bluetown starting for next week. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Azure and create a VM. We're then going to connect using PowerShell, install Node.js and the package manager. We're going to test out that we're then going to install Apache, then MySQL. Then we're going to enable modifications to rewrite, change the configuration for Apache, and then add a couple of lines that are necessary. Configure the database, grant the right permissions, create the tables that we need, build the actual application, clone the cloud reader, provide the database credentials, add the folder content from Ikitabu, extract this to a cloud reader, and then that's it. And then what we'll do next week is we'll prepend to that the elements from Bluetown about how to build the base Ubuntu server. So this morning I just wanted to show you three things related to how we're doing that. So if we look at the three tabs that I have open, the first thing I've done is I've gone to Azure, and I'm going to create a virtual machine. Okay, so I'm just going to go to Ubuntu 18.4 latest stable release, LTS, and I'm going to put that in the airband. Actually, I'm going to put that in the Bob Rapp, and the machine name will be called Bluetown 02. We're going to go ahead and use a password for Azure user, and I have a secure password that I use for this kind of stuff. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you what it is because that would be insecure. Now, we are going to open HTTP and HTTPS. Generally not a best practice for a production system. We're going to actually have this, though, running in a lab environment behind a firewall. So don't do anything that's dangerous. We're not going to use a premium SSD. We're just going to use a standard hard drive to reduce cost because we just tested this one. For networking, we're going to take the standard networking options. We're just going to create a virtual network at a 10.0.10/24 network. Then from a management point of view, we're going to take the management defaults. And at this point, we would put in select the extension to install. We would probably put in the scripting that we need for Linux, but I'll show you why we're not going to actually do that. And then the tags created for, and this is for the airband client lab. We're going to review and create that. There we go. It says, did you know that you have a security error or security issue? Yep, we do. And we're not scared by that. Now, at the same time, while that's initializing, I'm going to use AntMan. AntMan is a very cool little, is a Raspberry Pi box that has a little bit of memory in it. And I've created on this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete this and recreate it so you can see it. So I'm going to say airband lab 02. Go ahead and create that, delete that. This, by the way, only really hosts a couple little boxes, but it's very useful for testing. So airband lab 03, and the template here is going to be Ubuntu 18.4. I'm going to use the KVM version because I find it a little bit easier to manage. And we're going to go ahead and create the Antlet. And if you haven't seen these guys, I love Ant. They're a wonderful company down out of San Diego, about 10 people trying to do good stuff for developers who are doing builds on-prem. And then finally, I've got VirtualBox installed, and I've done the same thing. So if you've played with VirtualBox, I've downloaded Ubuntu and installed that. So you have some choices here. I'm, of course, going to use Azure because I think it's pretty awesome. And I'm going to go to that resource that we just created, and then I'm going to connect to this. And then the script that I showed you right here is the script that I'm going to go through and test this morning. I'm not going to do a video of that because you can understand what that would look like. But I just want to share that out for everybody. Thanks to Karam, Quinn, Torben, Line, Crystal, Richard, and the team from Ikitabu for this. So Matt, Mike, and Brian, really appreciate everybody's help, and looking forward to making more progress next week. Thanks, everyone. Take care.